Terrifyingly short. Assuming that you get to live to the age of 80, that is just 4,000 weeks or 29,000 days. If you were to visualize what an 80-year-old life looked like, terrifyingly short, look something like this. Assuming that you get to live to the age of 1 year, that is just 4,000 weeks. I'm going to be 49,000 days. So, if you were to visualize what an 80-year-old life look like, these triangles, terrifyingly short, and here is what is left. Assuming that each triangle represents the years that is the left of my life, I'm going to be 49,000 days. I know. So, if you were to visualize, I have this as a constant reminder of this triangle, just how short life is. And here is what is left. Assuming that each triangle represents the years that is the left of my life, it is why so many people like this scenario. I know. Living as if they were about to die. And then just how short life is. Don't let this one like this because assuming that today's video, I want to share with you 4 insights on how you can spend your time more wisely and help you understand that it is not just about how long you live, but about the quality of your existence.
With Emmanuel Omotayo Imoru. Let's take a deeper dive into the scriptures. Share inspiring stories. Illuminate your path with the light of Christ.
Hello, champions of faith and purpose. Welcome to Emmanuel Faith Journey. My name is Emmanuel Omotayo Imoru, and here we talk about faith, purpose, and personal growth. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. It will only take a second, but it will help this channel to grow so we can continue to spread God's word. Let's dive in. The first step to truly living is to understand what success means to you, because if you don't define it for yourself, society will do it for you. I used to think success was about my job title, my salary, the car I drove, or the size of my house. But over time, I realized that success is not about possessions. It's about legacy. It's about inner peace. It's about living a life true to yourself and impacting others in a meaningful way. And this reminds me of the story of Alfred Nobel, a man who had the rare opportunity to read his own obituary before he actually died. In 1888, Alfred Nobel's brother passed away, but a French newspaper mistakenly thought it was Alfred who had died. So, they published an obituary about him, and it wasn't flattering. The headline read, "The Merchant of Death is dead." You see, Nobel was the inventor of dynamite, and his obituary painted him as a man whose greatest contribution was a weapon of destruction. That moment changed everything for him. He realized that if he didn't redefine his legacy, history will remember him only for creating something deadly. So, what did he do? He rewrote his history. He used his fortune to create the Nobel Prizes, recognizing achievement in science, literature, and peace. And today, when you hear the name Nobel, you don't think of dynamite. You think of excellence, innovation, and peace. Now, let me ask you, what will your obituary say if it were written today? Will it reflect the impact you truly want to leave? Take a moment and write 2 versions of your obituary. The one that is based on your current path, the one that reflects the life you dream of living. Then, look at the difference. What needs to change? The truth is, you can't go back and rewrite your past, but you can start today to rewrite your future. The life you live today is shaping the legacy you will leave behind. So, how will you change your story? The second point is to master the art of being, not just doing. There's a powerful quote that says, "Wherever you are, be there." This made me realize something profound. The greatest gift we can give to others and receive ourselves is presence. The feelings of being truly listened to, of being with someone, rather than just around them. This truth is something I've been reminded of often as a parent and as a husband to my wife. The most precious moments in life are really about what we do. the about who we are with, and how present we are in those moments. Because, let's be honest, you are never going to look back and say, I wish I had strolled on my phone more. I wish I had walked late into the evening more. Instead, you might look back and say, I wish I had spent more time with my family. I wish I had been there for the moments that truly mattered. This is something Bonnie Ware, a palliative care nurse, discovered in her years of caring for dying patients. She asked them about their biggest regrets, and the most common answer was, I wish I had lived true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Many of our patients wish they had focused more on their relationship, embraced the present moment, and spent time with those they loved. Many of our patients wish they had focused more on their relationship, embraced the present moment, and spent time with those they loved. But by the time they realized it was too late. One day, I went to pick my daughter after school, and I asked her, what was your favorite activity? I expected her to say, playing with her toys, eating her favorite food, or watching cartoons. But instead, she simply said, spending time with mom and dad. That moment was a wake-up call. It made me realize that people don't just want your time, they want your presence and energy. You might tell someone, I spent the whole weekend with you. But did you really? Were you actually there? Or were you distracted? Lost in thoughts, emails, or social media? Wherever you are, be there. So, how can you practice being more present? How can you live more in the moment? Because this moment, right now, is where life is happening. When you master the art of being, instead of just doing, you begin to live instead of just exist. You create meaningful moments and relationships instead of being constantly distracted by devices that demand your attention. Be present, be here, because one day you wish you had been. That leads me to point number 3, which says, be bold in living a life of purpose. In 1994, Thomas Edison research lab burned down in a massive fire. Everything he has built over decades, his experiments, inventions, and priceless work, was reduced to ashes. His son, Charles, was devastated. But when he found Edison standing there, watching the flames, his father didn't seem angry or broken. Instead, have you ever shared a big idea with someone unexpected, only to hear that is too risky, and all our friends, or what if you fail? Never see a fire like this again. Years back, I had a friend like that. Edison looked every time I talk about growth and simply said he had an excuse for why it's just an opportunity to begin. And guess what? I started doubting myself too, more intelligent. I let his fear become my fear. 67 years old, until one day, instead of giving up, I realized he rebuilt everything. I wasn't stuck because I lacked potential. Went on to create something of the greatest invention of his career. Now, what about you? The truth is, most people never live the life they were meant to live because of fear. The fear of the unknown, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of what others will think. You can let fear hold you hostage, or you can boldly step into your purpose. I believe that the purpose of life is a life of purpose, and it starts with you in your day. How can you expect to build a meaningful life if you can't even own your time? Most people go through life with their days controlling them, instead of them controlling their days. But when you take bold action, when you show up every day with intention and energy, you begin to attract opportunities, people, and things that align with your purpose. So, how do you step into your purpose? Number 1, take ownership of your time. What you do today determines the life you create tomorrow. 2, see fear as a signal to move forward. Fear is not an enemy. It is a guidepost that tells you where your growth is waiting. 3, take action. Even if you don't have it all figured out, you don't need a perfect plan to begin. Clarity comes through action. If Edison had let failure stop him, we won't have many of the inventions that changed the world. What about you? If you knew that failure was just a stepping stone, how will you live differently? You were born for a reason. The world needs what you alone can offer. So, don't let failure win. Live boldly. Live with purpose. The fourth point is live with internal purpose. There's a story of a man who spent his entire life building wealth, gaining influence, and achieving success by the world standard. But as he neared the end of his life, he realized something was missing, something deeper than material accomplishment. He had lived for temporary things, but now he faced eternity with uncertainty. This story is not unique. Many of us chase success, status, and comfort, yet forget that life is more than what we accumulate. It's about what we leave behind, not just in the physical world, but in the life of people and eternity. When you live with internal purpose, your perspective changes. You begin to ask, am I living for something bigger than myself? Am I investing in things that will outlast me? Am I making an impact that will echo beyond my lifetime? Look at the great men and women of history. Not just those who made money, but those who left a legacy of purpose. Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, Pa Josiah Akindayomi, Benson Dauza, Babalola. These were people who lived beyond themselves. They live for a cause greater than personal success. And that is what internal purpose is about. Understanding that life is temporary, but what we do with it can have lasting meaning. Let me just share 3 ways to live with internal purpose. Number 1, serve others selflessly. The greatest leaders are those who serve. Find ways to make a difference in people's lives, whether big or small. 2, pursue meaning, not just money. Wealth is a tool, but it is not the goal. Use what you have to build something that will bless others and glorify God. 3, strengthen your relationship with God. At the end of it all, your connection with God is what truly matters. A life spent working with Him is a life lived with purpose. Your time here is limited, but your impact doesn't have to be. Choose today to live with internal purpose. Invest in what truly matters, because in the end, it is not about how much you have. It's about how much you gave, how much you loved, how much you live for something greater than yourself. Thank you so much for taking time to watch. I truly appreciate you being here. I hope today's insight resonated with you and gave you something valuable to reflect on. If they did, it would mean the world if you could give this video a thumb up, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What stood out to you the most? Your support helps spread this message to more people who need it. And until next time, keep striving, keep growing, and I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Because I was listening to the wrong voices. So, I made a choice. I surrounded myself with bold, fearless, and driven people. And that one decision changed everything. In this video, I will show you why boldness is contagious, how your circle determines your future, and how to attract the right people into your life. And at the end, I will share a powerful biblical truth that proves this is not just a mindset trick, it is a spiritual law. So, let's dive in.
With Emmanuel Omotayo Imoru. Let's take a deeper dive into the scriptures. Share inspiring stories. Illuminate your path with the light of Christ.
Think about the last time you spent time around bold, confident, and action-driven people. Didn't it push you to step up, take risks, and think bigger? That is because boldness is contagious. But here is the other side. If you're constantly surrounded by people who doubt themselves, fear failure, and avoid taking risks, over time, the same fear and hesitation will start creeping into your own mindset. So, in today's video, I'll break down number 1, why boldness is contagious and how to catch it. Number 2, how your circle shapes your mindset and success. Number 3, how to attract and build a bold, fearless network. And a powerful biblical truth that confirms this principle, which is number 4. And trust me, if we want to stick around to the end, because the biblical truths I will share is going to completely shift how you see your friendships, influence, and success. Let's dive in. Step 1. Boldness is contagious and how to catch it. Think about this. Have you ever been in a room where one person starts laughing boldly and suddenly the whole group joins in? Or have you seen someone speak with confidence in a meeting and the entire energy shifts? That is because boldness is contagious. Just like fear, confidence, courage, and action can spread. It is not just a mindset. It is an energy that affects everyone around it. And the Bible makes this clear in Joshua 1:9. God tells Joshua, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Now, think about that. Why would God tell Joshua this? Because courage is a choice, but it's also influenced by who is around you. Joshua had to lead a nation into a battle. He couldn't afford to be surrounded by fearful, hesitant people. He needed warriors, men of faith, people who believe in victory. And the same principle applies to you and me. Who you surround yourself with either fits your boldness or fit your fear. I remember a time when I had this big idea, something I really wanted to do. I was excited, motivated, and ready to take action. But then, I shared with a few people around me, and their reactions, nothing but doubts. That is too risky. What if it doesn't work? Are you sure you are ready for that? And at first, I brushed it off. But the more I heard those voices, the more I started doubting myself. I kept overthinking, making excuses, waiting for the perfect time. Until eventually, I did nothing at all. But then, something changed. I got around bold, confident, and action-driven people. People who are not afraid of taking risks, who believe in stepping out in faith, and the way they spoke, completely different. Instead of telling me why it won't work, they said, why not you? Go for it. You've got this. And that energy, it changed me. I started thinking bigger, moving differently, and taking action. And that is when I realized boldness is contagious, just like fear. It spreads. Now, let's make this personal. Look at the people around you, your closest friend, the ones you talk to the most. Do they encourage you to take action, dream big, and step into your calling? Or do they make you second guess yourself, hesitate, and shrink back? Because here is the reality. Fear is contagious, but so is boldness. And the good news is that you get to choose which one spreads in your life. So, ask yourself today, who am I allowing to influence me? Step 2, how your circle shapes your mindset and success. Let me be honest, who you spend time with is shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. Your circle is either pushing you forward or holding you back. It is easy to believe that we are in full control, that we make our choices. But here's the truth, your environment is shaping you more than you think. I will never forget what a mentor once told me. If you want to see your future, look at your 5 closest friends. At first, I laughed it off. I thought that is not true. I made my own decisions. But then, I started paying attention. When I surrounded myself with people who talk about growth, investments, taking risks, and trusting God, my mindset shifted. I started thinking bigger, taking action, and believing more was possible. But when I spent time with people who were negative, doubtful, and always making excuses, I noticed I started feeling stuck. Not because I wasn't capable, but because I was absorbing their mindsets. That is when it hit me. Your circle doesn't just reflect who you are today, it predicts who you are becoming. And the Bible makes this clear. Proverbs 13:20 says, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffer harms. Think about that. God is literally telling us that who we surround ourselves with will either elevate us or lead us into struggle. If you want to be bold, fearless, and successful, then you need to work with people who think that way. Surround yourself with people who take action, trust God, and challenge you to become better. Because when you do, that energy rubs off on you. So, let me ask you a tough question. Who are your 5 closest friends? Are they challenging you to grow, take action, and step into your purpose? Or are they keeping you small, stuck in fear and excuses? Because here's the hard truth. You are becoming just like the people you spend the most time with. And if your circle is not helping you to grow, maybe it is time to change it. Step number 3, how to attract and build a bold, fearless network. If you are realizing that your current circle is not pushing you forward, don't panic. You are not stuck. The good news is that you can change that. Your environment is a choice, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to build a bold, fearless, and faith-driven network. Number 1, seek out people who inspire you. If you want to grow, you need to be around people who challenge you, people who make you think bigger and push you to step out in faith. How do you do that? Number 1, join mastermind groups or business network where success is the standard. Number 2, engage with faith communities that encourage boldness in your spiritual and personal life. Number 3, find mentors who are already where you want to be and learn from them. Ask yourself, who in my life is already living at the level I want to reach? Number 2, build the energy you want to attract. This one is important. You attract what you are. If you want to be around confident, fearless people, you have to show up that way too. Start taking risks. Step out in faith. Be the type of person you want in your own circle. For example, think about it. Bold, successful, faith-driven people are not looking for excuses. They surround themselves with action takers, not complainers. So, if you want to be in those rooms, you have to bring that same energy. Ask yourself, am I the type of friend that bold, successful people will want to be around? Number 3, set boundaries with negative influences. This one is tough, yes I know, but not everyone can come with you on your journey. There will be people who constantly drain your energy, discourage your dreams, and hold you back. And sometimes, the other decision is realizing that you need to create a distance. How to do it? Reduce the time you spend with negative, fear-driven people. 2, stop seeking validation from those who don't align with your vision. 3, surround yourself with those who speak life, not doubts. Even Jesus set boundaries. He surrounded himself with faithful, action-driven disciples. And when people doubted, he removed himself from their presence. Ask yourself, who is in my life that is speaking fear instead of faith? Number 4, connect with faith-driven leaders. If faith is important to you, surround yourself with people who live boldly in their faith. Why this matters? Faith-driven leaders don't just talk about success, they work in divine purpose. 2, they trust God and take action, even when it doesn't make sense. 3, their courage will inspire yours. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Surround yourself with people who sharpens you. Ask yourself, who in my life is sharpening me spiritually, mentally, and emotionally? Hear this. Your network is not just about who you know. It's about who is influencing your thoughts, decisions, and actions every single day. So, choose wisely. If your current circle is not helping you to grow, inspiring boldness, or strengthening your faith, it might be time to make a change. Step 4, a powerful biblical truth that confirms this principle. Before we close, I want to leave you with a truth that could completely shift your mindset on relationship and success. Because whether you realize it or not, the people around you are shaping who you are becoming. The Bible warns us about this in 1 Corinthians 15:33. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good characters. Let that sink in. God is telling us not to be deceived. The people you constantly surround yourself with will either strengthen your faith, sharpen your wisdom, and push you towards your purpose, or they will pull you away from it. Your faith, your mindset, your success, they are all connected to your environment. If you want to grow, be bold, and step into everything God has for you, you must surround yourself with people who push you closer to your purpose. Think about two people. One, work daily with those who speak faith, encourage bold action, and trust God for big things. The other, surround themselves with negativity, doubt, and small thinking. Who do you think will rise higher? The answer is obvious. But here is the real question. Which one are you becoming? So, take a moment today and evaluate your circle. Are the people around you challenge you to grow, take risk, and trust God? Or are they keeping you to stuck in fear and doubt? If this message spoke to you, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and drop a comment below. What is one change you will make in your circle this year? Let's talk about it. God bless you.